In this video, I'm going to react to Richard Bandler helping Michael Strahan overcome his snake phobia. And there's a lot to react to. Watching this video, you really get insight into some of the finer distinctions that make NLP work. By the way, I'm only going to mention what stands out to me. So if you notice something in the video, drop it in the comments. Here we go.
Fear of snakes again and again, but today he plans to conquer his fear. Joining us to help is co-founder of NLP, Dr. Richard Bandler. Hello, doctor. Hello. Hi. So what is NLP?
NLP is the study of successful behavior. Psychologists look at what goes wrong with you, and we only look at what works.
You should be good at that. You're successful.
So we find people that got over fears and found out what they were doing, whether they knew it or not, and related it to how our neurology learns.
Do you think Michael will be able to overcome his fear of snakes?
I think if he pays attention and follows instructions, he'll do just fine.
I will let you
So in other
get
words,
to work.
if I'm not, it's my fault. Okay.
Yes,
here we
correct.
go.
I like the concept.
Okay.
All right, so there's a lot that just happened. Any good intervention, the setup matters. So when there was a very subtle moment here when Richard is explaining what NLP is. He goes, psychology studied what went wrong with you. NLP studies what works. And then you see Michael Strahan go, right? There's an implied suggestion in that. And NLP is the study of what works. What's the implication? It's going to work. By the way, that is the fundamental difference. The second thing, watch this again. Watch the client demo the problem for you non-verbally. When you want to get better, when you want to make your interventions conversational, when you want to make them faster, when you want to be more effective, calibrate is the mother of all skills. Quoting John Grinder there. So look at where Michael's looking right now. Look, he's leaning back, okay? What is the strategy? What is the problem strategy? He creates a big picture, moves back in his chair, okay? So we have a visual synesthesia, visual kinesthetic synesthesia, yeah? So just without doing a formal strategy elicitation, we know exactly how he's doing the problem. Now, Richard says something here to set up the intervention, which sounds like a joke, but it's more than that. Listen.
Fear of snakes?
I think if he pays attention and follows instructions, he'll do just fine.
I will let you
So in other
get
words,
to work.
if I'm not, it's my fault. Okay.
Yes,
here we
correct.
go.
I like the concept.
Okay. So he goes, if he pays attention and follows instructions. We're setting up a hypnotic protocol here, right? What's the first thing in hypnosis? Fixation of attention. And then I paused it, but Richard's about to say, look at me. He's using a gesture to garner attention. Look at me, right? So if he pays attention and follows instruction, so follow the instruction, he'll do just fine. Well, if he's paying attention and he's following instruction, right? Pace. We're setting up this hypnotic protocol, and then watch as Michael Strahan goes into this really good, focused attention. I mean, athletes are phenomenal hypnotic subjects. Watch this uptime trance take place.
Okay. It's really very simple. Do you remember when she came out and threw a snake at you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and it scared you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a great big picture in your mind, right? And it's moving towards you, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, you and everybody else who's afraid of snakes does that.
Yeah.
Not just you.
So how does Richard know? Watch this. You can practically see a gigantic screen in front of that man's face and him looking at a snake. Just put that picture there in your mind and then look at his facial expression and the way his body is. Richard doesn't have to mind read that. It's right there. So then he pace, creates a yes set. Yeah, it's a big picture. Yes, it's a this. Yes. He's going yes, while he's paying attention to Richard. So a beautiful yes set going. He's also paced the problem. Clients' unconscious minds love you so much when you can articulate the problem accurately. Like if you get the deep structure of the problem, the client, the rapport, just like, they love it.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a great big picture in your mind, right? And it's moving towards you, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, you and everybody else who's afraid of snakes does that. It's not just you. Okay, take the great big picture, shrink it down to the size of a quarter, and blink it black and white.
Look at the stage shift.
Okay, gotta do it really fast. Okay, big picture, shrink it down, blink it black and white. Got it? Okay, now just clear your mind for a minute.
So there's actually research on this now, by the way, that spider phobics, they make gigantic pictures. There's actual evidence for this now. And people who aren't scared of spiders, they make itty bitty little pictures in their brain. Also note, my assumption is the hand going behind there. My assumption.
Down to the size of a quarter and blink it black and white. Okay.
My assumption is that's an anchor.
Gotta do it really fast. Okay, big picture, shrink it down, blink it black and white. Got it?
Okay, also notice the way Richard uses his nonverbals. So he does these like not abnormal finger type stuff. This abnormal behavior like this tells, like, it makes the brain, the brain goes, this is, how should I phrase this? You can't pattern it, right? So the brain becomes more fascinated, focused, tranced out by abnormal, weird stuff, right? That those kind of weird movements, they deepen trance, they create fixation. And the other thing is when he drops his hands in front of his eyes like that, a little bit of a pattern interrupt happening, right? Moving the picture away or just surprise, and he's embedding the commands, shrink the picture down, make it small.
Okay, now just clear your mind for a minute. Look at me for a second. Now, look back at the picture and try and be afraid.
And then you also have him following direct verbal suggestions. Clear your mind for a minute. Now look at me, right? So Michael turns and looks at me. Now look back, he turns back, and try and be afraid. It's pace, 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 lead. All very awesome.
I'm good. You're good. Okay. Okay, let me tell you the secret. The secret is because it's not the snake that scared you. It was the big giant picture jumping at you. Yeah. Okay. Now that the picture's out of your mind, I want you to...
Nice little reframe there, right? So he just reframed. Like, for those of you who like sleight of mouth patterns, it's not the snake. He's redefining. It's not the snake that scared you.
Simply go and make a picture of yourself being terrified of snakes. And the other picture, I want you to see yourself just walking over and touching the snake. Okay. Which one would you rather be?
I'd rather be terrified of the snake.
You'd rather be terrified of the snake?
I don't want to go over and touch the snake.
Well, when you look at yourself going and touching a snake, do you look afraid?
No.
Okay. So when you look at yourself not being afraid, what makes you think you wouldn't want to do it?
Good question.
Good question. Let me put it this way.
So right, just because you get rid of a fear doesn't mean there's any reason to go do the new behavior, right? So here, if memory serves, Richard is going to do the classic leverage thing. He's going to create motivation for the new behavior.
Something that you've been afraid of for a long time. Yeah. Okay. In fact, even thinking about it, if you spent 10 minutes a day thinking about it, and you add that up, 352 days in a year, right? You know how much time that is?
A lot.
A lot.
So to me, Raven, my co-trainer, pointed this out. By the way, doing a training. If you want to train NLP and HNLP, click the link below. She's going to be co-training with me. You're going to learn how to do this and some other cool new patterns that you probably have never heard of. She pointed out to me this confusion. So when he goes adding up 5 minutes a day, this many days. Do you know how many that is? Michael goes into a lot. And confusion is the halfway house to transformation, quoting John Overdurf there. Suggestions given while someone is confused is akin to getting suggestions in deep trance. Same thing. This is why confusion is so powerful, and when in this context, so awesome, because it allows the brain to rapidly learn, rapidly. In other contexts, it's not as helpful, right? So narcissists confuse and gaslight, and they give us negative suggestions, non-verbally or with abusive tonality, or directly telling you that you're not a good person. So confusion, be careful, right? In the hands of a good coach, in the hands of a good therapist, artful use of confusion can allow you to learn and transform so much faster. In the wrong hands, it's not good.
Multiply it by 10 years, 20 years.
How about 43 years?
How long you planning to live?
103.
103 years, okay? You're talking about an enormous amount of time to worry about one thing that you could be using to do anything you want. The truth is, if you can walk over and touch the snake, it will teach you that you can do anything you put your mind to.
See, that's a bad time to clip it, because that is, to me, what's relevant about this whole thing. Who cares if you get over one fear? Like this happens. I see this a lot with NLP. People learn NLP. They learn how to transform. And then it's like, now what? If you can get over a lifelong limitation, and Richard says it will teach you that you can do anything. That type of belief to build into the pattern takes us far beyond a regular phobia change. Things like the firewalk, getting over phobias, these things can have a powerful convincer on us that can build a new vision for your life.
You're working with Michael. We're going to take a commercial break and see if the method works. When we return, Dr. Bandler cure Michael of his fear of snakes. We are going to find out right now.
Okay. Take my hand. Everything's going to be...
So Raven, the one you're going to meet at the training, for those of you who attend. By the way, the first 2 days of the training are on me. So you can get an introduction to the full training on the house if you click the link below. Raven pointed this out to me. I didn't see this at first. Well, I saw it. It didn't stand out to me. But look at the gentleness of Richard guiding him over there.
Out right now.
Okay. Take my hand. Everything's going to be fine. Now just look at the snake. Right? Okay. Walk over, take your hand like this, and just put it on the snake. Forget it, I'll go back.
Oh, he's me?
All right.
So nice.
Yeah, isn't it great? So I hope the things that I pointed out were useful. If you see Michael leaning back, work on your calibration. Those little things, all those little elements of the game can make your intervention so much more powerful. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, click the link, come to the training. Have a great day.